do I start my videos?
Say.
Oh yeah, I know. Am I all set for the shot and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey YouTube, it's Russ from Russ's Rad Reviews, and today I have a new album to go. Hey YouTube, it's Russ from Russ's Rad Reviews, and today I've got AC/DC's Back in Black to go over with you. So let's just jump right into this. AC/DC's Back in Black was released in 1980. It became one of their best-selling albums, and it's interesting to note that after Bon Scott died in 1979, a lot of people were skeptical about if AC/DC was going to come back, and I think this record ended up selling like 80 million copies or something, so it's a pretty popular album. With that said, let's talk briefly about the album cover. This is the cover. It's literally just the AC/DC logo and Back in Black, and that's it. It's just black. And then you've got the track listings on the back surrounded by a bunch of black and the Atlantic record label right there. So there's not much to say about the cover. Honestly, I'd probably rate it like a 6 out of 10 just because it is AC/DC, but it's nothing special. It's literally just black print with a little bit of white font. With that said, the actual insert, please excuse the fact that this one's all torn up, okay? And this thing has been played a lot by me and probably the person who owned it before me, but you've got your regular, AC/DC logo, which I think that is so much cooler than the one on the cover. Like if they had put that on the cover, it would be a much more attractive or like popping cover, I guess, I don't know. But it doesn't really go along with the Back in Black theme. And then you flip it over, or in my case, separate the two rip pieces, and it's got all their albums released up to that point. So here's the vinyl. I'm not sure what pressing this is. It's pretty thin, so I'm gonna guess it's a later pressing, but you've got your regular silver Atlantic logo with your track listings. Nothing really special there. It's a very clean record, which is surprising considering how much this record's probably been played. So let's move into the songs. This record has, like, in my opinion, one song that isn't really consistent with the rest of it, but it's a really, really good album. Let's see, on side one it starts off with Hell's Bells, which has one of the most fantastic intros of any rock song ever. And then it goes right into Shoot to Thrill, What Do You Do for Money, Honey, Giving the Dog a Bone, and then Let Me Put My Love Into You. And that song that I just said is probably the song in here that doesn't really fit. I mean, it's still a good song, but it isn't like one of those where I like hear it on the radio and I'm like, woohoo, yay, let's rip off all our clothes. Moving over to, that's one of the videos, isn't it? Yeah. Moving over to side two, we've got Back in Black, which is the title song. Amazing rock riffs. I mean, it's in-your-face rock and roll. Followed by You Shook Me All Night Long, another amazing song. Have a Drink on Me, Shake a Leg, and Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution, which is probably one of the best ways to end a record ever. To rank this for songs, I'd probably give it like an 8.5 out of 10. I know Johnny Boy Cupcake hates decimals and ratings. You're gonna be Cupcake from now on.
Yeah.
You're Cupcake. What was I saying? How does this record hold up today? Well, let me tell you something. I'm not even gonna mention AC/DC Live. That'll be its own separate video, but this record had like 5 or 6 songs that ended up being played on that album, and that album was a really, really solid rock live album. A lot of these songs still get radio play. There are still concert staples for what's left of AC/DC. Those guys must be like, what, 80 now? They can still rock harder than most of the modern bands. So I guess what it really comes down to is this album worth picking up? Out of all the AC/DC records, if you're like consider yourself like a moderate fan, this one's definitely worth being picked up. This was the first album that I listened to when I was like 6 years old. That got me hooked into AC/DC, and it's one of their best. A lot of the earlier ones are like they're raw rock and roll, but this one's really refined. I think this is one of their best, if not the best album that they produced. With that said, I'd probably give this an 8 out of 10 for how it holds up today. I feel like that's a generous rating. So overall, the average for this record is a 7.5 out of 10. And I know we're gonna get some haters in the comments being like, Russ, it's AC/DC. They're amazing, and you're not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But let me tell you something, folks. It's just an opinion. I'm not saying that the AC/DC's bad, okay? I really enjoy this album. It's a really, really solid rock album. It's really good. The thing is the way that we grade covers is a lot of it is based on first impression, right? So this is one of those where like you don't want to judge the book by its cover kind of thing, or the album by its cover, because there's a lot of albums out there that have better covers and they're literally like should be turned to toilet paper. That's how bad they are. Definitely think about picking this one up if you don't have it already. You know, I think they're reprinting this one. Definitely worth picking it up. If you can find a regular original copy, pick it up, throw it in your record player, and rock your brains out. With that said, I'm Rad Russ. I'm signing off, and I'll see you in the next one. Wiki wiki wow! No, dude, please don't put that in there. I'm singing.